Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm playing with some, well, it will turn out if it's junk or not. It's from Dyson and it is a huge fan. Maybe a huge fan of my channel, I don't know. But it is pretty big. I found this in the dumpster. Someone cut the power cord off, maybe to get the money for the copper or something. It turned out it works, more or less, and let's see what we can do with it. Alright, it seems Murphy's Law is a bitch, and I just wanted to rant about the bad app the Dyson has for this product here, or for all their product. It's one app for everything, and now it works. I tried the entire afternoon and evening yesterday and I didn't get it to work. So I have this Dyson Pure Cool here, and you can also use it as a remote control, because that was the primary problem. The remote control is missing. As I said, I found it in the dumpster, and well, I guess the remote control landed in another dumpster. Anyway, I will take it apart, even if it works right now. Before that, I will test it a little bit, and you can hear how loud or how silent it is. One thing about the app is you have to create a user account on Dyson.com. You can do that through the app. You need email, you need your name. This is a fan, a ventilator, call it as you want. Why do I need a user account? Just give me the app, let it remote control. This thing has a complete computer inside. It has a wireless LAN controller, it has a DHCP server, it probably has a web server, I don't know. It's a fan. Well, it's a fan that costs, let me see, 470 Swiss francs. A new filter alone is 70. The remote could be bought for 36 Swiss francs. If something is over-engineered, then this one, and overpriced. Okay, let's see if it's worth its money. Oh yes, and it's not only a ventilator and air purifier, it's also a thermometer and a humidity meter. These values will also be transmitted to the Wi-Fi connection here. Let's see, the microphone is now about 1 meter away. Let's crank it up to 10. It can even turn, or you can turn the turn off, like so, or on. There is a night mode. Okay, that means it goes down to 4. Okay, makes sense, no light, you can sleep a little bit better. If I turn it off, it doesn't turn off completely. So that's on standby. And that's the lowest setting, 1. I turn it off again. So you can hear it. Off is a little bit lower than intensity 1, but it doesn't turn off completely. So if you want to turn it off, you have to unplug it. A little bit weird. I've never disassembled one of these fans before, so let's start with the big screw here. Oh, that's the whole motor thing here. Okay. Maybe that just comes apart. I see a ball bearing. I wouldn't expect anything less than that. Yep. Something comes apart here. Wago connectors. Maybe you know them, maybe not. They are really good. Okay, then I need a smaller screwdriver. Let's see what's underneath this cover here. No. No. That happens when your bits are out of order. You only have two sizes, too small and too big. Okay. That's something. I don't see where that goes, but okay, let's try that here. I think only the metal plate here will come off, but maybe it reveals a little secret. By the way, secret. What is here? Oh, it's a connector for something. And another secret. And another connector on the PCB board here. PCB board, okay, on the PCB. Yep. Interesting, a lot of service connectors. Okay. That doesn't come off easily. Maybe with a little help from my friend the screwdriver. No. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Well, I see there are some screws down in this hole. Am I supposed to... Ah, yeah, that's the mechanism. That's the swivel, the turn mechanism. There is a C-clip down here. Don't know if you can see that in the camera. It's a little bit dark there. Why not remove that? Because the torque screws are easier to reach, probably. At least with a proper screwdriver. Yep, that's number one. There's another one. Number one and another one, that's two ones. That's two in total. I'm a little bit silly today. Maybe I'm hungry. It's time to eat some dinner. Ah, okay. That was actually what it needed. That's why they provided that hole for the screws. And now, what is that? A flat ribbon cable, a silicone ribbon cable that is very elastic. It's a little bit too short to access everything here. Oh, I think there is one screw under the label. Is that true? Come on. Of course they do. Yeah, certainly. Nope. Yes. Okay. Now it comes off. Ooh. Some solid engineering here. A lot of, is it stainless steel? Probably. Well, for a 400 euro dollar Swiss francs fan, we can expect a little bit of oh, there's another cover that covers something unimportant, probably. Looks like a lens. Oh, it's that. Okay. Clever. Under the cover, there is a little cavity with a lens, an optical lens, it seems to be. And I think the only optical thing that makes sense here is the air purity sensor. So this thing measures particles that flow through that sensor, and if there are no particles, you know your air is clean, and if there are particles, yeah, you have to run the purifier in a higher settings probably. Interesting. Alright, with the fan motor out of the way, we can see a little bit inside. Let me see if I can remove that. Yep. Alright, we have a PCB with a lot of stuff. So here's a power input. Brown and blue wire comes from the mains cable. We have a mains capacitor here. Where is the rectifier? Can't see that. Maybe it's on the underside of the PCB. We have some switching transistors. Probably a switching IC. We have the transformer. Smoothing capacitor. So that's mainly the power supply, but there's also a little bit bigger chip here and here and here. I guess these two connectors here, that's the main motor, the blower motor. Yep. Pretty nice cable guide here. I don't see anything, the camera is in the way. Okay, that works. Yep. So then we have one connector, two connectors. That's a lot of wires only for that fan motor. Then that thing here, and there are three more connectors. I think that's the high voltage side here, because they are spaced so far apart here on the connector, and they are also on the primary side. Okay, I get it. That's the 1, 2, 3 drivers for a 3-phase motor, and all the rest is probably some sensors and maybe also some feedback from the motor. Okay, then we have another motor here, a smaller one. It's a gear motor. It's pretty strong. That's the one for the swivel movement. Okay, then we have that strange sensor assembly here. Wrong again. Okay. Oh, some electronics. It doesn't tell us what it is, but we have an LED here, and we have CE, a phototransistor here. Yeah. Smoke detectors have a similar arrangement to detect smoke with the... here. It's written here. Dust sensor. Now I think now you can read it. Dust sensor. Yeah, I was right. Wow. Looks like a dead end. No more screws here. That's where a swivel mechanism was attached. But, well, that's the wrong side.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, it's a little bit difficult to see. Everything is black, but there are 3 of these tabs here. and they clamp around. You have to lift that to move it out and lift the entire thing, and also this screw here. And then that ring comes off. So yeah, that's this retaining clamps. 1, 2, 3, and one screw here. But we can't see much more than that. Oh, okay. Now the entire assembly comes through. Ooh. Okay, there is more stuff down here. Oops. There's a PCB, another sensor probably. So the sensor says HM05, which sounds a little bit like humidity. Let me see if I can get that out. Oh, yeah, okay, here it is. There is a little U1 thing with a hole in the center. And if I'm not completely wrong, I think that's indeed a humidity sensor. It is also interesting to see how much foam they installed here. Everything is foam padded. Even the intake grid has a little bit of foam in it. So everything is made to be as silent as possible. And of course they don't have a normal propeller, they have a little turbine blade. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's plastic, it's not metal, but it's pretty impressive. With more screws. And that's good because it makes it possible to take everything apart. And now the motor is pretty small. Interesting design. You can see through this, through the blades here. But the motor is also interesting. What's that black box here? Oh, that's just a ferrite core. So it must be some kind of brushless thing. Okay, it says 300 volts down here. Can we all see that? Yeah, now we can probably. Okay. Yeah, I think it makes no sense to take that further apart. That's just the motor and that spinny thing here. One interesting detail is the whole motor here rests on these 3 springs. There's another one here. And these 3 springs have a little mount down here. You can see that. I think they have to go here and here and here. And that is a pretty clever way to decouple the movement or the vibrations of the motor from the rest of the case, so that not everything goes along with making noise. We only have 3 possible positions. 20 degrees each. That's wrong. Too far away. No, that's the one we already had. Okay, yeah, that looks right, and it also sits a little bit further down. Yeah, now I hope you can see that in all this blackness. There's where the screw goes, and here, and that's this peg here, this, I don't know, this bracket angle thing, and that's the place where that goes. Yep. Okay, now it goes in almost by itself. Motor is still on spring. I just found another interesting sensor. It's here. It has a little felt or filter on it. Maybe that's the humidity sensor. And last but not least, we have to talk about how this thing actually works, because it's pretty clever. There is this little slit around the entire body here. That's where the air from the ventilator gets pushed out. And the principle is this. You get here a cross section. Here is a channel. The air gets squished through this narrow channel, gets faster, and drags all the rest of the air with it. This amplifies the airflow by about 15 times. So for 1 volume of air that comes from the blower, about 15 volumes of air will be dragged with them, and well, that creates quite an airstream. That's how this works.